welcome back to the next episode of the Balanced Vibes podcast. My name is Kirsten. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are talking about reverse dieting and speeding up our metabolism. So I have done one episode before that where we talked about speeding up a slowed down metabolism. What are the signs of slowed down metabolism and how should we get started with speeding it up? Because it's a pretty detailed process. You want to make sure that you are doing it right. So if you didn't hear this episode, then make sure that you go ahead and check it out. Listen to that one before you listen to today's episode so you understand exactly what we are talking about, because this episode is sort of like a follow-up to that previous one. So if you are a woman or maybe a man who finds that no matter what I do, no matter how many workouts I do, no matter how low my calories are, I'm not able to change anything about my body anymore. It just doesn't want to change. It keeps resisting any change. And also, if you find that whenever I eat anything that's different, whenever I eat a piece of cake or a slice of something that's usually not on my menu, I just gain weight super quickly. These things mean that your metabolism is slowed down. And luckily, there are things that we can do about it. It's not your poor genetics and it's not bad luck either. We can definitely boost and speed up your metabolism and make you responsive and fast again. So today is going to be a Q&A episode where I'm answering 5 questions that I've gotten from followers regarding slowed down metabolism, how to speed it up, and how to do so with reverse dieting. So let's jump right in, and I have my questions here on my phone. All right, the first question is, should I just eat to satiety or increase calories by a set amount? Okay, should I just eat to satiety or increase calories by a set amount? So I want to say that you can speed up your metabolism both ways. You can start eating a lot more immediately, or you can eat more gradually by increasing your calories by 100 or by 50 every week or every other week. So there's 2 ways of doing it, and then both of them work. But the first one, when you increase your calories super quickly, then you will likely gain more weight and more fat, and that will just be faster. Your body's going to change faster. Versus if you take the slower route and you increase your calories by 50 or by 100 every week or every other week, always monitoring how your weight is doing, then yes, you will likely gain a little bit of weight. Not everybody does, but most people gain a little bit, but the weight gain is not going to be as fast and as drastic. One caveat though, if you have hypothalamic amenorrhea, if you have an eating disorder, then there's a good chance that you may have to do it differently. And this advice is not for you, especially if you have an eating disorder. Please work with somebody who is qualified in that, who can tell you exactly what to do, what your menu should look like, how much should you eat. Please don't take this advice from me. I'm not an eating disorder specialist. And I am a certified macro coach. So I'm talking about those people who don't have these types of issues, who don't have eating disorders or who don't have hypothalamic amenorrhea, but they do have slowed down their metabolism by doing a lot of cardio exercise, by under eating, and they want to boost it and they want to get it back up. So here, these are the things that they should be doing. And so for that person, if she wants to kind of control her weight gain a little bit more, make sure that it doesn't happen super fast and it doesn't, she doesn't gain too much super quickly, then I recommend that you do it gradually by adding a little bit of calories every week or every other week. The second question is, how long would you reverse diet starting at 1200 calories, and can you do so without lifting? Okay, so 2 parts in this question. How long would you reverse diet starting at 1200 calories? And the answer is it depends. And I'm going to say that a couple more times in today's episode, because it really does. Everybody's a little bit different. So the main thing that really matters here is that where is your maintenance point? Okay, how high do you have to get your calories for you to say that, okay, my metabolism is now pretty much healed. It's like it's balanced, right? So I am no longer burning tons more than I'm eating. It's pretty much even. So let's say that there's 2 people. One person, her maintenance level is around 2,000. Maybe she walks about 10,000 steps a day and does 2-3 workouts a week, okay? And there's another person who walks 15,000 steps and does 7 workouts a week, and her maintenance point is higher, right? So the first person maybe needs 2,000 calories to maintain, and the other one maybe needs 2,500. So now if they both start at 1200, then of course they're going to have different journeys, because the one who has longer way to go is going to need a little bit more time than the one who has less to go. Okay. And it also depends on how your body responds. And that's what I monitor with every one of my clients. We want to see how the scale responds. So if we notice that the scale is going up really quickly, then we can slow it down a little bit. We're not going to add calories every single week. If the scale goes up a little bit, but it's not drastic, then we can add more next week. And we want to add as much as we can until we get to the point. There's no reason to also make it a lot longer, this whole process. We want to make it as quick as possible. It's going to take time. It's going to take months and months. Okay, so that's why it's impossible to say how long the reverse diet is going to take, because everybody's different. Depends on how far they have to go, and also what is their maintenance level and how their body responds. And the second part of this question was, can you do so without lifting? So can you reverse diet without lifting? Yeah, you can. And I think some people, those who are really tired, really burnt out, just don't have the energy. I don't make them to go to the gym and lift weights. I know that there's a period of time when you may just need time to chill and rest, and your body's really burnt out, and that's okay. But if you can work out, and I do have clients, like most of my clients are like that, they can work out. They just switch their workouts around. They used to do maybe a lot of circuit training, boot camps, running, and now they're starting lifting weights, and that definitely helps with putting on muscle, boosting the metabolism, strengthening the body and strengthening the metabolism. And they can have really great body composition changes when they are increasing their calories and repairing their metabolism. So if possible, yes, strength training is a really good tool. I don't recommend doing a lot of cardio. I would cut out most of the cardio. So a lot of strength training if possible, unless you're so tired and so burnt out, which probably goes more into that, like severe overtraining category where you need more rest. Maybe you work out a lot less, or maybe you take a break for a little while completely. All right, the next question is, how long should you stay in a deficit before going back up to maintenance? How long should you stay in a deficit before going back up to maintenance? And the reason why I really like this question is that the person who asked it is a really smart person, because she understands that you cannot be in a deficit forever, which is something that most women unfortunately don't understand, don't know, because everybody is in deficit all the time. Everybody's eating 1,400 calories all the time, and this should only be not 1,400, but like deficit should only be for a short period of time. We should not be there for too long, and we definitely should not be there forever. I do believe that most people should spend most of the time in maintenance, right? Where they're just chilling there and not dieting all the time. So the question then, like, what's the length of your deficit, right, before you go up to maintenance? And I would say generally 12 to 16 weeks. If you have a fat loss goal, then you can do a deficit, but it has to be the right deficit for you, okay? We're not talking about any crazy, ridiculous numbers here. It has to be a reasonable, doable deficit for you. But even then, 12 to 16 weeks, and then you need a diet break, okay? And so during your diet break, you're going to eat more. You're going to go back up to your maintenance level or close to that maintenance level for maybe 1 to 3 weeks, and then you can do another deficit, which is 12 to 16 weeks, but we're not going to be in deficit forever. And after the second one, you have to build your calories back up again. You do a reverse diet essentially again, and then you chill at your maintenance. So instead of being in a deficit like year after year after year, dieting all the time, we want to just diet for a short period of time and then reverse back up. This is how it really works, and this is how we keep the metabolism healthy. Otherwise, the metabolism starts protesting, and you really don't want that. Okay, 2 more questions. The first one, how big of a deficit is good to lose fat while not messing up metabolism after reverse? So in other words, how much can you cut without having any negative side effects? And it really depends. It does. You knew this answer was coming. It depends mostly on how big the person is, like how much overweight or extra body weight she has. And let's say that there are 2 people, one person has 20% body fat and the other one has 40. Then the one who has 40 can do a way bigger cut than the one whose body fat percentage is 20, because the one who has more weight just has more stored up and she can just do a deeper cut, okay? And that's why there's no one answer to that question. It really depends on the person. And that's why I always talk to my clients. I want to know everything about them. I want to know their fat percentage. If they don't know their fat percentage, I want to see the pictures, the photos, so I can estimate roughly what their body fat percentage might be, so we can do an appropriate cut. Because if you cut too much, yes, then there's definitely a chance of overdoing it and messing up our metabolism. If we don't cut enough, then we're not seeing the results possibly. And then the last question was from somebody who had started her reverse diet and she was halfway to her maintenance. So as you know already, if you listen to the earlier podcast, we want to build your metabolism up to your maintenance level calories, right? So let's say that your maintenance level is 2,300, which was the case for this person who asked, and she started at about 1,400. She started reversing, and then she was about halfway, not even halfway. She was eating 1,750, and she said, I would like to stop now. I would prefer to start maintenance now. Can I do this? And no, this is not how it works. If you are burning 2,300 on a daily basis, then you cannot stop reversing at 1,750 and start maintaining there, because your body is not healed. It's not getting nearly as much as it should to be fully healed. And I know this is not something that you want to hear, because you also have this fear like, oh my goodness, what if I'm going to gain too much? What if it's not going to work out? Because adding calories is super scary for a lot of women. And then you have these fears, but unfortunately, if you leave it just halfway, you're going to get half results. Because you get to 1,750 and then you're maintaining there. What's happening next? You're going to cut again, and the same thing happens, because your cut is going to be probably like 1,500, 1,400 again, and your metabolism was not prepared. You had not given it enough time. You had not given it enough calories to fully come back to a healthy place. So that's why it is important that you know what your maintenance level is, what your total daily energy expenditure is. So you build up there, and this is where you maintain for at least 3 months, if not more, at least the duration of your deficit, if not more, to really boost your metabolism and let it heal completely. And then you can start cutting if you want to cut again. So these are my thoughts on reverse dieting, on speeding up your metabolism. And like I said, please don't take this, go to somebody who knows more about eating disorder. If you have eating disorders, I have to say that frequently, because people reach out to me and think that I am an eating disorder specialist. I'm not. So I'm a macro coach, and I love helping women to get back to a healthy place using macros, using reverse dieting. I think it's totally doable. I know it's doable. I've seen it so many times. But if you have an eating disorder, there's definitely like a psychological component that needs to be worked with. So I really encourage that you find somebody who can help you with that a lot better than I could. So this is it. I'm sure you have more questions about reverse dieting, because so many women need it. So if you do have, I'm happy to do another episode on that topic particularly. So let me know. You can send me an email. You can leave me a comment on YouTube. And you can, of course, always send me a DM on Instagram. So thank you so much for being here. I really hope this was helpful, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.